Good morning, friends. Today we are describing a new topic, that is, insects are most successful organism on the earth. What are the causes of successful of insects? About the success of insect on earth, we are going to discuss the characteristics or causes of success of insect on the earth. It is certainly no accident that insects are the most abundant and most diverse group of organisms on earth. हमें पता है कि टोटल एनिमल किंगडम में हम देखते हैं तो सबसे बड़ा ग्रुप जैसे हम कहें आर्थ्रोपोडा, और आर्थ्रोपोडा का 90% पॉपुलेशन जो है इंसेक्ट, तो इंसेक्ट आर द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द organism on the earth. They have maintained a position of ecological preeminence for over 400 million years. They are witnessed the rise and fall of dinosaurs. They have survived at least 4 major cataclysms that resulted in planet-wide extinction, and they continue to thrive despite mankind's best efforts at eradication. While no single ecological or physiological attribute can account for this unparalleled success, the insects do not have a unique combination of characteristics which as a whole have given them an unusual survival advantage. In brief, these attributes include the N exoskeleton, a small body size, the ability to fly, a high reproductive potential, complete metamorphosis, and adaptability in an ever-changing environment. तो हम ये बात जानते हैं कि इंसेक्ट की सफलता के क्या कारण हैं जो वो अर्थ पर इतने लंबे समय से एग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं। कौन से ऐसे कारण हैं कि वे बहुत सक्सेस रहे हैं जबकि बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनिज्म आए और विलुप्त हो गए। इन सब में जो मुख्य कारण हैं वो यहाँ पर आपको दिए गए हैं। एक्सोस्केलेटन का होना, बॉडी साइज का छोटा होना, उड़ने की क्षमता होना, जनन क्षमता अधिक होना और पूर्ण कायांतरण की क्षमता होना, और एवर चेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर उनकी अनुकूलता मींस अडॉप्टेशन टू द एनवायरनमेंट। Exoskeleton. Unlike vertebrates, an insect supporting skeleton is located on the outside of its body. We know the chitinous skeleton is present on the insect body, which protect the body or the insect by so many factors of environment or the man causing factors, whatever it may be. So this exoskeleton is a marvelous structure that not only gives shape and support to the body soft tissue, but also provides protection from attack or injury, minimize the loss of body fluid in the body, arid and freshwater environment, and assures the mechanical advantage to muscles for strength and agility in movement. As a suit of armor, the exoskeleton can resist both the physical and chemical attacks. It's covered by an impervious layer of wax that prevents desiccation. Much of the exoskeleton is fabricated from chitin, a polysaccharide that binds with various protein molecules to form a body wall that may be as flexible, as elastic as rubber, or as hard, as rigid as some metals. Freedom of movement is ensured by the membranous and joints of the exoskeleton. Muscles that attach directly to the body wall combine maximum strength with near optimal mechanical advantage. The result of an is an ant, for example, that can lift up to 50 times its body weight. Second one is the small size, the size of the insect. In general, the insects are marvelous in miniaturization. Most species are between 2 to 20 mm, zero point 1 to 1 inch in length, although they range in size from posts that would nearly cover your computer screen to tiny parasitic wasps that could hide inside the period at the end of this sentence. Dicomorpha ecmapteris is the smallest of the small. Discovered in 1997, this Costa Rican wasp, Myrmidae family से belong करता है ये wasp, सबसे छोटा है, is a parasite on other insects' egg. Adult males may be only 0.13 mm in length, nearly one-third smaller than some single-celled protozoa. जी पैरामीशियम कॉटेडम का की साइज का वन थर्ड ही ये वॉस्प है. For an animal with an exoskeleton, a small size is a distinct advantage. If insects were as large as cow or elephant, their exoskeleton would have to protect proportionately thicker to support the additional mass of body tissue. But a thicker exoskeleton would also be heavier and more cumbersome. Even the simplest movement would require a larger muscle volume and consume more energy, since a two-fold increase in body length typically results in a four-fold increase in surface area and an eight-fold increase in volume and mass. There is an upper limit to how large insect can become, somewhere around 125 to 150 grams. Beyond this size, the insect surface area is just too small for attachment of all the additional muscle tissues. Mothra and the fly may be entertaining on the movie screen, but in real life, they would never get off the ground. So this is all about the size of the insect. Because of this miniaturization, they found everywhere on the earth. Another advantage of a small size is the minimum resources need to survive and reproduction. A crumb is a feast. A dewdrop quenches thirst. A pebble provides shade. In some cases, food requirements are so modest that an insect may live on a single plant or animal for its entire life and never exhaust its food supply. A leaf miner, for example, spends its entire larval stage tunneling within the paper thin layer of cells, parenchyma, between the upper and lower epidermis of a single leaf. In some ant species, an entire colony may live inside a single acorn or plant gall. Parasitic wasps in at least 7 families of Hymenoptera complete their entire development within the eggs of other insects. Finally, small size is a big advantage to insects that must avoid predation. They can hide in the cracks of a rock, beneath the bark of a tree, behind the petals of a flower, or under the blade of a grass. इस प्रकार से इनकी साइज का एक बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज है कि वो अपने आप को किस तरह से एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स से प्रोटेक्ट कर पाते हैं. The exoskeleton is hard enough for them to burrow between individual grains of sand, yet flexible enough to let them squeeze through the tiniest of cracks. The small size, together with adaptation in body shape and coloration, gives many species the ability to blend so well with their environment that they become virtually undetectable. The third is the flight adaptation. Insects are only invertebrates that can fly. We know very well invertebrates, birds, can fly, and few exceptions in other groups. Or in invertebrate, only insect can fly. So insects are only the invertebrate that can fly. Judging from the fossil record, they acquired this ability about 300 million years ago, nearly 100 million ago before an advent of the first flying reptiles. Flight gives these insects a high effective mode of escape from predators that roamed the prehistoric landscape. It was also an efficient means of transportation, allowing population to expand more quickly into new habitats and exploit new resources. The forces of natural selection have shaped insect flight into a remarkable efficient process employing principles of aerodynamics that human engineers do not yet fully understand. Although the metabolic cost of flight, calories per unit of lift, is similar to that of bird and bat. An insect flight musculature produces at least 2x more power per unit of muscle mass. That this high efficiency is largely due to elasticity of the thorax. 90 to 95% of the potential energy absorbed by flexion of the exoskeleton is relaxed as kinetic energy during the wings downstroke. Efficient use of energy allows some insect to travel great distance or remains airborne for long period of time. More than 200 species including moths, dragonflies, locust flies and beetles are also to migrate over long distance by air. The migratory locust Cystosarca gregaria can fly for up to 9 hours without stopping. Large swarms occasionally traverse the Mediterranean Sea. In North America, annual migration of monarch butterfly, Danaus flagippus, wing their way from summer feeding grounds to overwintering site in California and Mexico. One individual marked in Ontario, Canada, was collected 4 moths. Later in Mexico, 2,800 kilometers from its birthplace. Speed and maneuverability are traits usually associated with the more highly advanced order of insect, but some primitive insects, notably the dragonflies, are remarkably agile flyers. They can hover, they can hover, turn while hovering, and even fly backward by sideways. For their size, some species are remarkably swift. Large hawkers, dragonflies, family as needy, have been clocked at a top speed of 58 km per hour over level ground. By comparison, the fastest human sprinters runs only about 36 km per hour. The wings of a large insect can generate a considerable amount of lift. Green darner dragonflies are able to fly while carrying a load of up to 15 times of their body weight. Insects with smaller wings have to work their harder, much harder to remain airborne. Some of the tiny biting midges beat their wings over 1,000 times per second, as a special type of muscle tissues is needed to sustain their rapid rate of contraction. All these things are about the flight adaptation in insects. Remaining part will be discussed later on. Thank you very much.